Tamsin Glass was cunning, sly, and wicked, and devious. Devious enough to plot the M of her ex-boyfriend, who was the dad to their unborn child. Tamsin, who was a wannabe actress and singer, had aspirations of seeing her name in lights. However, that's likely not to happen. The then 20-year-old had planned and set in motion a planned attack, brutal, savage, depraved, prolonged, on 27-year-old oil worker Steven Donaldson. Steven Donaldson, from Arbroath, Angus, was known to friends and family as Stevie D, and he was found dead near a nature reserve. Sadly, he had been ambushed, struck, sliced, punctured, with items such as baseball bats, blades, and even cleavers or an axe. The only reason Steven had been at the Peter Pan playground in Kirriemuir on June 6, 2018 was because he had gone to meet Tamsin Glass after the two had fallen out over insurance money payout for a car that Tamsin had totaled. Now Steven had paid for that car. Tamsin Glass did not like the fact that Steven Donaldson wanted £1,000 from the insurance money payout for the totaled car that he purchased. Steven Donaldson earned good money from working for the oil company. He had purchased 3 flats and a number of vehicles and came from a loving and hard-working family. However, when he arrived at the location, Steven was not met by Tamsin, even though she was in the vicinity. He was met by 2 men, Stephen Dickie and Callum Davidson. Now, after the duo had overpowered Steven, he was shoved into his own BMW and then taken a few miles to the nature reserve. Again, Steven had been struck multiple times with various instruments meant to cause serious harm. After the carnage, Stephen Dickie and Callum Davidson had set alight Steven's BMW. Now, Steven Donaldson was left for dead. His body was found at the nature reserve in the morning of June 7, 2018. A warden called Victoria Turnbull had dialed 999 after she discovered a completely charred figure right next to a burnt-out BMW at 5 a.m. It was revealed that Steven had been stabbed 26 times, such force apparent that the spinal cord was cut. He had been dragged across the car park by Stephen Dickie and Callum Davidson. They then laid the victim beneath the BMW before engulfing the vehicle in flames, watching it cinder and burn, and then they just left. While Steven Donaldson had been savagely murdered, Tamsin had gone home and slept soundlessly. She was actually wearing an Apple Watch, and her heartbeat did not spike at all. She had a soundless sleep. Now again, she was actually at the scene for part of the incident. So, of course, the police questioned Tamsin at her place of work. Her demeanour did not change. She was cool and aloof, casual. She spoke normally despite the fact seemingly hearing the news that her ex-boyfriend was dead for the first time. Tamsin continued to make sandwiches and carbs. Now, Tamsin told police that she had been swimming with 3 friends and actually gave the name of 3 friends on the evening of June 6th before going back home. Now, when she was taken to the station for further questioning, she was blasé and answered no comments. She just stared blankly and says something to the effect that my answers will not change. Now, at the time of the M, Tamsin was pregnant with Steven Donaldson's child. However, Tamsin was actually seeing Stephen Dickie on the side. All 3 people were arrested and then found guilty of Steven Donaldson's murder. Tamsin was jailed for 10 years, and sadly, she is due to be released soon, after only serving half a sentence. Now, Stephen Dickie was jailed for life, so was Callum Davidson. Condolences. Stay safe.